You're right, lads. Today I want to show you this new gold farm design for 1.16. So this is the new Nether update with all like the bartering and stuff. And this is such a simple gold farm, guys. So essentially what it is we've got flint and steels to light the portal, and we're going to have water buckets to break the portal. And it does that over and over again. If you want me to go into a bit more depth about this, I'll be building it for you later. Just a bit later on in the video. So the way we want to set this up is after we've got all this set up, we're going to want to put a water bucket into the dispenser when the comparator over there is flashing red. So once it's flashing red, we put in a water bucket and we can see the portal starts flashing. This is the farm turned on, and we can see straight away we are starting to get pigmen. This farm is insane. Okay? So there we go. We can see the farm is working perfectly. But obviously we don't want the pigmen just wandering around. We want to collect them so we can kill them for their gold. So here's one design. We've got a slightly thinner portal, but it's still very tall. So the pigmen drop out into this water stream, so they can travel along into a 1x1 hole, so you can kill them, perhaps with looting 3. Or you could have them auto-killed by fall damage. Another fall damage design is one that we've got here. So I'll show this one to you guys. So they're just gonna drop down, die on the hoppers, and then their gold will be put in the chest. So again, we'll wait for that comparator to be flashing orange, and there we go. In it goes, and the pigmen straight away are spawning and dying down below. So there we go. Just for fun, I made a huge one. So this is 4. You can see here, even when the farm isn't running, pigmen can still wander through the portal and fall down. So here we go. This is a big one. I'll just turn one on because I don't have time just to turn them all on. But you can imagine how insane this this farm will be. So I'll just turn one on here. Can't see the comparator from there. Oh, see, I missed the comparator when it was flashing orange. So this is actually kind of good because I get to show you what you do. So if you do miss it and the portal isn't lit, it's really simple. All you have to do is leave it a moment. It turns back on, and then you can try it again. So this time, I'll be able to see the comparator. I'll wait for it to be flashing orange. I'll put the water in, and there we go. We got our pigmen. And you can imagine how 4 of these portals, how insane that will be. So there we go. So they're just falling down to their death, so we can collect their gold. I have got some rates for you guys. So just for this single portal down here, you get about 84 gold on average per hour. 84 gold per hour. If you were to use looting 3 on this, so if you were to collect them in a single hole and then kill them with looting 3, you would get an average of 132 gold per hour. And if you built this in your world, you would get an average of 336 gold per hour. And if you use looting 3 on this, you would get an average of 528 gold per hour using this farm. So this is just the exact same design as this, but just repeated. And if you wanted to, you could go even higher. You could make this farm insane. So I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but if you want me to go over this very simple redstone behind it, I'll do that now. So we want some blocks. You do want to keep in mind that I'm only building this out of obsidian because I've done the rest out of obsidian. The only part of these farms that has to be made out of obsidian is the portal frames, so this outer bit here. Okay? So we want to build a little platform out the back. It's going to be a 3x4 platform sticking out the back. We're going to need some redstone. We're going to need 2 dispensers. We're going to need a couple of hoppers. We're going to need a couple of comparators, some redstone dust, 1 observer, and I think that might be it. So we're going to put our 2 dispensers facing in towards the portal. We're going to want to place our hoppers facing into each other. So 1 hopper I'm going to place facing into this block, so you can see the hopper is pointed into the block. We then want to put a second hopper facing into the first hopper. And what this does is it essentially creates a clock. So if I put an item inside here, we can see it goes back and forth between the hoppers. And that's what we want, because now we can take an output from one of them and every now and again that is powering this dispenser. And then off this one, we want a second comparator with a piece of redstone dust and an observer facing into the dispenser, just like that. And that is all the redstone done. So what we want to do now is we want to grab a flint and steel and a water bucket. So we're going to put the flint and steel in this one, right there, so the portal should be lit. And then we're going to do exactly the same as we've done on all the other farms. We're going to put the water in just like that, and there we go. That is our farm done. Just there. You do have to keep in mind that the flint and steel does take damage. So, I mean, they're very cheap though. So there you go. You want to stock this thing up with flint and steels, and you'll be able to run it for absolutely ages. That is the new 1.16 gold farm for Bedrock Edition. See you in the next one, lads.